guys, welcome to Keep It Real channel. Today we're gonna answer the question, is sleeping with younger men and being a single mother now used as evidence of woman empowerment? And we're gonna be hearing from experts on this that participated in the Piers Morgan show. So let's go ahead and see what they have to say.
The latest episode of Call Her Daddy features a lengthy interview with Oscar-winning actress Charlize Theron, entitled I Don't Need a Man, and in it Miss Theron explains how she reacts to people criticizing her for being a single mum.
I want to just look at them and just be like, do you know how fucking great it is to live exactly how I want to live, to experience motherhood exactly how I wanted to experience it? And I know the next thing they say is well, that's not fair on your kids. Can I tell you something? That will be their story to tell. I can't tell you. I can only tell you that this is the best way that I know how to be a mother to them. And maybe they'll grow up and tell their story, and I will respect that.
Well, she also wanted audiences to know how liberating it is.
That sounds pretty selfish. So she's basically saying, it's my choice to be a single mom. Yes, it is your choice, but you should also know what kind of consequences that could bring to your family. But she's like, hey, I'm going to be a single mom and I'm going to make it all my choice, and my kids would just have a story to tell. That just sounds selfish to me. She's not caring about the family unit and the outcomes that her kids could potentially have.
It's for her children not to have a father.
I love that I don't have to run every fucking thing by a guy. I love that I don't have to, well, oh my God, co-parent. I fucking love that I don't have to do any of that stuff. And my children, we joke. Listen, I think you can tell, this is how I raise my kids.
Yeah.
Right? We don't hide this shit.
That sounds crazy. Even if you don't have to listen to a man, you still have to listen to your boss. You still have to listen to a friend. You still have to listen to other people. Communication is just part of any relationship. It doesn't have to be a, significant other kind of relationship, a romantic relationship. It could be with any kind of relationship. You need to communicate and listen to other people. So she just sounds like she's lazy. I don't want to communicate. I don't want to have to communicate with a guy. And to me, it's insane, the level of laziness here.
But don't worry, while Charlize doesn't think husband or father is important in life, she hasn't given up on men altogether.
I found this freedom in my 40s where I'm like, oh my God. So I just want to say this in perspective. I've probably had 3 one-night stands in my entire life.
Okay.
But I did just recently fuck a 26-year-old, and it was really fucking amazing.
Fuck yes.
Yes, and I've never done that. And I was like, oh, this is great. Okay.
Let me just say, that 26-year-old is the luckiest fucking man walking on this goddamn planet. He's walking different today, knowing, oh my God.
He for sure is not, but thank you.
Andrew, you're...
That's crazy. She's 40 years old and she's having sex with a 26-year-old. But again, a 26-year-old guy would probably have sex with anyone because he's hypersexual at that age. So it's not like a big accomplishment, right? But the other lady's like, yeah, go for it. Yeah, you should feel proud of that. There's nothing to feel proud about. A 26-year-old male is hypersexual, is horny, very horny, and he will have sex with, any attractive girl that shows up in front of him and gives him the opportunity. There's no accomplishment from that. She doesn't get anything from that. Only short-term pleasure.
Thoughts on Charlize Theron? She doesn't need a man. She likes banging 26-year-olds when she feels like it. You don't need fathers in life. You just need a strong, badass woman.
Well, it's really funny. The reason nobody cares really very much when a 40-year-old attractive woman has sex with some random young man is because it's not impressive.
Right.
It's impressive when men can bang young women because most men can't bang young women, but most older women can bang young men. So it's just not an impressive accomplishment. Of course, these are the same women who will screech because, Leonardo DiCaprio decides that he wants to change up, at 25 years old, any of the broads he has hanging around. But this is not an impressive accomplishment. All a woman needs to do to get laid is go somewhere where there's men and offer it up.
Right.
It's not the case for men. So it's an unimpressive accomplishment on its face. As to the rest of what she's saying, this is just normal tripe, right? Her kids are the ones who are going to get punished. They're always the ones who get punished. We can look at the data for outcomes on children who are raised in single mother homes. It's not good. It's not good for their mental health. It's not. And by the way, the rates of abuse from having strange men around skyrocket. Terrible idea. And it's exactly the wrong kind of propaganda to be pushing.
Yeah, I have looked at the research, and this is accurate. Kids that grow up on a single mom household, they tend to do worse in school. They tend to do worse in the job market. They tend to do worse in the emotional and social development. And they even have worse health. So what he's sharing here is actually accurate based on the research. So you can conclude that it's just better to have a household where there's a father and a mother. The outcomes for kids that have a mom and a father are way better.
All right, Taylor Lorenz, isn't it just a factual reality of life that women are predominantly happier with a man by their side and children are predominantly better off in life with a present father?
I think, listen, children are better off in life when they have a loving household, and not all of those households have fathers. I mean, there are lesbian parents, there are, different types of arrangements. I think it's important for kids to have different figures in their life who they can look up to. I think it's really important to expose kids to all different types of figures, but that doesn't have to be, like a man, a cisgender man that's standing around all the time. There's plenty of terrible fathers out there too. So, yeah.
Again, you need a man and you need a woman, right? A daughter will look at their mom and dad, their mom and dad for reference in terms of relationship. She's gonna ask, what does a healthy relationship look like? Okay, let's look at my mom and dad's relationship. Okay, that's what a healthy relationship looks like, right? The kid who is the boy is going to look at their dad as a role to model for his masculinity. He's gonna ask, hey, what does masculinity look like? I'm gonna look at my dad for that. So instead of going to the media and instead of going to other people who may not present him with the healthiest image of masculinity, he can just go to his dad and see exactly what that looks like. So that's why having both a male and a female parent is the ideal scenario.
I think it's great that the child is growing up in a loving household, and hopefully, she'll expose the child to lots of different types.
Yeah, but can you acknowledge that we have now been studying this phenomenon of single motherhood for years and years and years, and that the outcomes for children of single mothers tend to be terrible in comparison to the outcomes of children without them? Can you just acknowledge that that is true?
So I think what you're talking about are studies.
I'm asking a question. Don't run from the question. Yes or no? I want you to acknowledge with a yes or no, then a qualifier. Yes or no? Isn't it true that outcomes for children when they're raised by single mothers tend to be worse than those with a mother and a father in the house? Yes or no? Then give me your answer.
So I'd love to respond if you stop talking over me.
Go ahead.
Anyway, most single mothers are not Charlize Theron with millions and millions and millions of dollars. So when you look at studies like that, a lot of it has to do with the economic opportunities that a lot of single mothers have. Women make less than men as a whole. They're subject to more sexism and discrimination. So it can often be more challenging for them to raise a child alone.
So the answer is yes.
No, the answer is Charlize Theron.
It sounds like you just said that the answer is yes. The answer, according to you just now, is yes.
No, any single
and then you just
parent,
make excuses for it. You're like, yes,
Taylor, this is
because
not
women are oppressed.
Right now. This is so weird. You're like shouting
Taylor,
at me.
Can I jump in here, Piers?
Do you know what?
Okay, let's break. Hang on, time out.
This is correct. If you're born from just a single household where you only have a mom, of course you're gonna have less financial stability. The mom is not going to have enough time to care for her kid, enough quality time to be around her kid, because she has to juggle between work and being a caring mother. So it's really difficult to be raised in a single home mother parent household. So that's my message for today. Let me know what you guys think. Please write down below in the comment, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys all next time.